Lingi, first of all, I just wanted to thank you so much for taking time out of your very busy schedule to talk with me today. I am super excited to do an employee spotlight with you based on your current work that you do for SSAI. My first question I wanted to ask you was, what drew you to SSAI, and how does the company's mission resonate with you personally?
Hi, Jason. Thank you for having me. It's definitely my pleasure to be able to do this. What drew me to SSAI is definitely the opportunity to be able to work with and learn from some of the best scientists that we have in my field, which is space geodesy. And such an opportunity was too hard to pass by. And the company mission of pursuing to strive to be the preferred partner of all the agencies that we work with at SSAI resonates with me because it speaks to one, a company that is continually growing. And being this early in my career, I obviously want to be a part of an organization where I'm seeing myself improve professionally and have that improvement reflected on the company as well.
Absolutely. Well, Lingi, I think that was very well said. I appreciate you sharing more about what drew you to SSAI. And I definitely agree with you. As a communication specialist myself, there's a true family feel at SSAI. So you definitely get to know your colleagues, your managers, and your executives. And I think that definitely makes all the difference.
Yep. Yes. Yes, it does.
So I definitely appreciate you sharing some more information in regards to that question. And transitioning on to my next question, your work in maintaining and updating VLBI related software plays a crucial role in space geodesy research. And I just wanted to ask, can you share what inspired you to pursue this field, including what VLBI is, and how your contributions help advance our understanding of Earth and space for all?
My pleasure. There's a bit to unpack from that question. So I'll start with what inspired me to pursue the field. And some of my best moments personally and professionally are when I can answer what I consider the two fundamental questions, which are how and why, and then couple that with my interest in earth sciences in general. Geodesy was the natural progression to go to. And then in terms of how do my contributions help with understanding our earth and space for everybody, I'll sort of put things in context and understand that geodesy or space geodesy is not a well-known field. So I'll give a bit of a backstory for the uninitiated and explain that VLBI, or Very Long Baseline Interferometry, is a geodetic technique wherein radio antennas are strategically placed around the globe and simultaneously used to observe galactic radio sources known as quasars. And these quasars are very far away stars. We'll say stars, but the active galactic nuclei. We'll just call them stars for the sake of understanding. Very far away stars that are so distant and so stable that as far as the Earth is concerned, they might as well just be constant and stable. They might as well just be constant wherever they are. So we can use their positions to position Earth itself in space. And subsequently, we can use the positions of the ground antennas that we have on Earth to position other objects on Earth. And all that I just described is the basis of how you form a coordinate system. And then to bring it much closer to home, this is the very same coordinate system that you have on your phone's GPS app. And that's effectively the roots of where it came from. Now, to come back to your original questions of how my contributions help advance this understanding. As I said before, quasars are very far away radio sources. Therefore, their radio emissions are really weak, to the point that they're even weaker than the signal from or to your cell phone, to stick within the theme of cell phone examples. And in the VLBI field, we call that radio frequency interference, because the signal from your phone is interfering with the radio frequency that we're interested in. One of my roles in all this is to develop routines and schemes wherein we're always on the lookout and, where possible, root out this RFI. And our geodetic signals are much cleaner, and we can compute much cleaner and better coordinate systems, just to name one of the tasks that I'm involved in.
Wow, that's very fascinating, Nlingi, and I really appreciate you explaining more in depth in terms of VLBI, in terms of what it stands for, and also to how your work is helping to advance our understanding of Earth and space for all. So I definitely learned something new with VLBI. I've heard of that acronym. I wasn't sure what that stood for. So
yes. Yeah.
But again, that is very fascinating in terms of your work that you're doing. So I really appreciate you highlighting more about that. And transitioning to my final question that I wanted to ask you, if you could have a conversation with any historical scientist, engineer, or innovator, who would it be, and what would you ask them, just out of curiosity?
Bit of a tricky one, but I guess I would go with, so many to choose from. But the obvious answer for this one would either be to pick the quote unquote human computers from the early days of the space program, be it the Mercury or Gemini days, and to pick out any specific names from any of those, that group. I guess Katherine Johnson is the obvious choice to pick, since she was kind of the leader of the pack. And the question I would have for any of the human computers who would have time out of history to come talk to me and answer my questions would be why. Just to understand why it is that they went into the field, why it is that they chose to be doing that during that period in time when they could have been literally doing anything else and not putting such a spotlight on themselves.
Wow, that's awesome. And Nlingi, in relation to that, it's I agree with you. It's definitely very difficult to make a determination in terms of who you wanted to speak to. So
yeah.
So there's definitely many scientists, engineers, and innovators out there who have made a difference and made an impact. And I think based on your work and what you're currently doing right now, I think that they would definitely be very fascinated. So I really definitely appreciate you sharing more about that. And that was a fun question as well.
Yes.
So
yes, I appreciate the opportunity to.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, Nlingi, with that, again, I just wanted to thank you so much for taking time out of your very busy schedule to talk with me today. The work that you are doing is truly awesome, and it is really making an impact and a difference globally. And everybody around the world is going to continue to be fascinated by the great work that you are doing right now with SSAI. Please definitely keep us informed about some continued research and some continued advancements with your work, and we cannot wait to highlight it.
Definitely. Yep.